Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're going deep into the world of real-time recommendation systems,
Oh, yeah.
the kind that seem to know what you want before you even do.
Uh-huh.
We're going to be talking all about Monolith, a system that's built for some serious speed and some serious scale.
Yeah.
Now, we've got some excerpts from a research paper all about Monolith's unique design,
It's
and
pretty fascinating stuff.
yeah, trust me, this is really cool.
It really is. And the challenge that Monolith is taking on is massive.
Okay.
Imagine a platform like YouTube with literally millions of users all watching videos at the same time.
Oh, wow.
The system has to figure out what each and every one of those people is interested in and then recommend the next perfect video.
Right.
And it has to do this in like a split second.
So it's like trying to predict the future, but with more cat videos.
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly.
But it's not just the amount of data, right? It's also the kind of data.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking about things like user IDs and video IDs.
Oh.
It's not the kind of information that traditional systems can handle very well.
Right.
Plus, there's this whole other problem of something called concept drift.
Concept drift.
Yeah,
Okay, that sounds kind of intense.
it is. It means that what people are interested in, well, it's constantly changing.
Uh-huh.
What you liked yesterday might be totally different from what you want to watch today, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So the model has to be incredibly flexible and adapt to all those changes
It's like on the fly.
on the fly. Yeah.
Okay, so how does it do that? What makes Monolith so special?
Well, one of the things is it uses something called a collisionless embedding table.
Okay.
Now, embedding tables, they're pretty common in these systems.
Right.
They basically give each user and each item, like a video, a unique code that the system can understand.
Oh, so it's like a digital fingerprint?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Okay.
But the problem is that when you've got millions or even billions of users and items, that table can get absolutely gigantic. And you start running into these things called collisions.
Collision's like a traffic jam
Kind of, yeah.
in a system.
Exactly. It's when two different things end up getting assigned the same code.
Oh, okay.
Like, imagine a library where a bunch of different books all had the same call number.
Right.
It would be total chaos, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to find anything.
Yeah, you'd be totally lost.
Exactly. And that's kind of what happens with these collisions.
Mm.
It confuses the system and it messes up the recommendations.
Okay, so Monolith has figured out a way to avoid that.
It has.
Wow.
It uses this really smart technique called a cuckoo hash map.
Cuckoo hash map.
Yeah, think of it like a library where every single book has its own unique shelf.
Okay.
No matter how many books you add, there's always a specific place for each one.
So it's like this perfectly organized system, like it never gets cluttered.
Pretty much. Yeah,
That's pretty impressive.
it is.
But with all that data, I mean, doesn't that take up a ton of space?
You would think so, right? But Monolith has a few tricks up its sleeve.
Okay.
For one thing, it filters out any IDs that don't show up all that often.
Oh, okay.
They don't really contribute much to the system's learning anyway, so.
So it's like decluttering your data, like getting rid of the stuff you don't use anymore.
Exactly.
Spring cleaning.
It also has a kind of built-in expiration date for data.
Oh, okay.
So if information hasn't been used in a while, well, it just gets deleted.
It's like a self-cleaning system.
Exactly, for data.
So Monolith is keeping things organized.
Uh-huh.
It's keeping things efficient.
Yeah.
But how does it actually learn? You know, how does it adapt to all of those ever-changing
Yeah.
user preferences?
Well, this is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Most recommendation systems, they use what's called batch training.
Batch training.
Yeah, it means they learn from a big chunk of data all at once.
Right.
But remember, user preferences are always changing.
Uh-huh.
So batch training can quickly become outdated.
Oh, so it's like using an old map to navigate.
You could end up totally lost.
Exactly.
So what does Monolith do differently?
It takes a different approach.
Okay.
It uses something called online training.
Online training.
Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of learning from static data, it's constantly learning from user actions in real time.
Whoa. So it's like constantly updating its understanding of what people want.
You got it, yeah.
Like every click, like
Yeah.
share all of that becomes part of the learning process.
It all gets fed into the system.
That's incredible.
It's like having a personal chef who's constantly adjusting the recipe based on your feedback as you eat.
That's amazing. But how does that actually work in practice?
Well, it has these two key components.
Okay.
There's something called the streaming engine
Okay.
and something called the online joiner.
Streaming engine and online joiner.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me more about those.
So the streaming engine, it's kind of like a pipeline that's constantly feeding new data into the system.
Okay, so it's like a river of information.
Yeah, exactly. Constantly flowing into Monolith's brain.
Pretty much.
Okay, so the information's flowing in,
Right.
but how does the system make sense of all of it?
That's where the online joiner comes in.
Okay.
It takes those actions, like a click or a like, and it matches them up with all the relevant information from the user's profile and the content itself.
Okay.
So it creates this complete picture of what happened, why it happened, and how it might influence future recommendations.
So it's not just about what you clicked,
Right.
but it's about why you clicked it.
Exactly. It's about understanding the context behind all those actions
Okay.
and then using that to make better recommendations in the future.
This is like blowing my mind.
Huh?
So we've got this system that's constantly learning from this massive stream of live data,
Yeah,
but how does it actually update the recommendations that it's giving to users?
right.
I mean, does the whole system have to like pause every time there's new information?
Well, that's the really cool part. It doesn't have to pause at all.
It does.
Nope. It's got this really smart parameter synchronization mechanism.
Parameter synchronization.
It's basically a way of making sure that the part of the system that's actually making the recommendations is always up to date with the latest learning.
Okay, I'm really curious about this. How do you keep a massive system like this updated without causing any interruptions?
Okay, imagine you have this giant encyclopedia, right?
Okay.
And you need to make a small update. You wouldn't reprint the entire thing, would you?
No.
You just replace the page with the new information.
Right, of course.
That's essentially what Monolith does.
So it only sends the changed parts of the model.
Exactly. And it does it in these small chunks so it doesn't slow down the system at all.
So it's like surgically updating the system's knowledge
Yeah.
without interrupting its flow.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
It's pretty clever.
But even the most sophisticated systems, I mean, they can run into problems, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So how does Monolith handle potential system failures? Like, what if something crashes? It would be a disaster if all that valuable data was lost.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Fault tolerance is critical.
Yeah.
And Monolith takes this surprisingly simple but effective approach.
Okay.
It creates these daily snapshots of the entire system's state.
Okay, like backups.
Yeah, exactly, like a restore point on your computer.
Right.
So even if part of the system crashes, well, it can be restored to a recent working version.
Okay, that makes sense, but does that really work? I mean, losing any data at all seems like it would be a big deal.
Well, that's what you'd think, right? But here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
The creators of Monolith, they actually found that losing a day's worth of data from a small portion of the model well, had almost no impact on its overall performance.
Wait, seriously?
Serious.
I would have thought that losing any data would be a big problem, especially for a system that's all about real-time learning.
I know, it's kind of surprising, right? But what they found is that sometimes a little bit of calculated risk can actually lead to some big gains in efficiency
Oh, interesting.
without having to sacrifice the quality of the recommendations.
So the system is robust enough to handle those small data losses.
Exactly.
So even if a piece of the puzzle is missing, the system can still, like, see the big picture.
That's a great way to put it.
That's remarkable.
And that leads to another interesting question. How is this technology actually being used in the real world?
Yeah, how is Monolith making a difference? Like, where can we actually see this thing in action?
Well, one of the biggest and most prominent examples is something called Byte Plus Recommend.
Byte Plus Recommend.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about that.
So this is a product from ByteDance, the company behind TikTok.
Oh,
And
wow, okay.
basically, they're offering Monolith's power as a service.
Huh, interesting.
So other companies can actually use it in their own apps and platforms.
So they're kind of sharing the secret sauce of TikTok's recommendations.
In a way, yeah.
That's pretty cool, but it's not just for videos, right?
No, not at all. Think about e-commerce sites making personalized product suggestions.
Right.
Or music streaming services creating custom playlists. Or news apps delivering those content feeds that are tailored just for you.
Yeah, okay, so the possibilities are pretty huge.
They really are.
It sounds like Monolith could, like, fundamentally change the way we experience the internet.
It very well could.
But let's get specific. How does Byte Plus Recommend actually help businesses?
Okay, so first off, it can dramatically boost user engagement
Okay.
by giving these really relevant recommendations.
Right.
Businesses can keep people hooked, and the longer a user stays engaged, well, the more likely they are to make a purchase or click on an ad or subscribe to a service.
Yeah, it's all about grabbing people's attention in a world that's full of distractions.
Exactly.
And I bet Monolith's real-time learning capabilities play a big part in that.
They do.
It's not just about recommending things people already like, it's about anticipating what they might be interested in next.
Precisely. And that leads to another big benefit.
What's that?
Increased revenue.
Oh, okay.
Businesses can personalize what they're offering,
Uh-huh.
leading to more targeted ads and higher conversion rates.
Okay, so it's kind of like having a salesperson who knows exactly what each customer wants.
That's a good analogy.
So happy users
Yeah.
and a thriving business.
Right.
Sounds like everybody wins.
It does, but I have to imagine that a system as complex as Monolith,
Yeah,
it must be pretty challenging to actually implement.
I would think so.
You need a certain level of technical expertise
Uh-huh.
to actually set it up and keep it running smoothly.
So you need engineers who know what they're doing.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what other challenges should businesses think about when it comes to Monolith?
Well, data privacy is a big one.
Right.
I mean, we've talked about how Monolith collects and analyzes a lot of user data.
Mm-hmm.
So businesses need to be very upfront about how they're using that data,
Mm-hmm.
and they need to make sure that they're following all the rules and regulations.
So it's like a balancing act
It is.
between offering personalization
Right.
and protecting people's privacy.
Exactly. But if they can get that right,
Yeah.
it seems like Monolith could really be a game changer for so many different industries.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's not just about improving existing businesses,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, it could also lead to entirely new applications
Mm.
that we haven't even thought of yet.
Yeah, think about a healthcare app that suggests personalized treatments based on your medical history,
Oh, wow.
or an educational platform that creates a custom learning plan just for you.
So it's like having a virtual assistant for
Yeah.
every part of your life.
Exactly.
That's pretty exciting stuff.
It is.
But with all this talk about what Monolith can do, are there any limitations? Is there anything it can't do?
Like any system that learns from data, Monolith is only as good as the data that it's given.
Mm-hmm.
If the data is biased or incomplete, well, the recommendations are going to reflect those flaws.
Right. So it's not a magic solution.
No.
It needs to be designed and used very carefully
Yeah,
to avoid creating or reinforcing any biases.
absolutely.
Okay, what else?
Another challenge is what's called the cold start problem.
The cold start problem, what's that?
It basically means that when a new user joins the platform or a new item is added, well, Monolith doesn't have a lot of information to work with.
Oh, okay.
It takes time for the system to learn enough about that user or that item
Right.
to be able to make accurate recommendations.
So it's kind of like trying to recommend a book to someone you just met.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you need to get to know them a little bit first.
Exactly. But there are ways to address that.
Okay.
For example, the system can look at what similar users like,
Mm-hmm.
or it can recommend items that share features with things that new user has already interacted with.
So finding clever ways to like bridge that information gap.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the technical side of things, but
Uh.
I'm curious about the human element. Like, how do businesses actually work with Monolith?
Yeah.
Is there like a team of data scientists who are constantly tweaking the algorithms and making adjustments?
It's actually not quite like that.
It's not.
No. While data scientists, they play a crucial role in developing the system,
Mm-hmm.
Monolith is actually designed to be mostly self-sufficient.
Really?
Yeah, it learns and adapts on its own based on user interactions.
So it's like a self-driving car for recommendations.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
It knows what to do and
Right.
how to do it
Yeah.
without needing constant human input.
For the most part, yes.
Of course, there are engineers who monitor the system's performance
Oh, of course.
and make tweaks when necessary.
Right.
But the beauty of Monolith is that it frees up those human resources to
Ah.
focus on the bigger picture stuff.
Exactly. Things like analyzing user behavior and spotting trends and coming up with new strategies.
Okay, so it's like having a team of expert chefs who also have a super smart kitchen
Yep.
that can handle all the basic tasks.
Right.
So they can focus on creating amazing new dishes.
Exactly. That's what makes Monolith so exciting.
Yeah.
It's not just about automating things. It's about giving humans the tools to do more and to achieve even greater things.
I mean, that's a really interesting point.
It is.
But as powerful as this technology is, we can't just ignore the ethical questions it raises,
Well,
right?
Absolutely not. Those are some really important conversations to have.
Yeah, and so next time, we're going to dive into those thorny issues and explore the potential risks of systems that learn from us so closely. So stay tuned.
Looking forward to it.
So last time we were talking about how Monolith is this incredible real-time recommendation system
Yeah.
that can handle these huge amounts of data and learn from user actions,
Huh?
like on the fly,
On the fly.
and even recover from system failures
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
without missing a beat.
It's a robust system.
It is, and now I'm dying to know,
Yeah.
where can we actually see this thing in action?
Right. Well, one of the biggest examples is something called Byte plus Recommend.
Byte plus recommend.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a product from ByteDance,
Uh-huh.
the company behind TikTok.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And essentially, they're offering Monolith's power as a service.
As a service.
Yeah,
So other companies can use it
right.
in their own apps and platforms.
Exactly. So it's like they're sharing the secret sauce of TikTok's recommendations.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is.
But it's not just for videos, right?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I mean, think about e-commerce sites.
Right.
Making personalized product suggestions or music streaming services, creating custom playlists, or news apps delivering those content feeds tailored just for you.
Right. So the possibilities are pretty huge.
They really are, yeah.
It sounds like Monolith could really change the way we experience the internet.
It very well could.
But let's get specific.
Okay.
How does Byte Plus Recommend actually help businesses?
Well, first off, it can seriously boost user engagement
Okay.
by giving these really relevant recommendations. Businesses can keep people on their platforms longer.
Right.
And the longer a user stays engaged, the more likely they are to, make a purchase.
Yeah.
Or click on an ad or subscribe to a service.
It's all about grabbing attention in a world full of distractions.
Exactly.
And I bet Monolith's real-time learning capabilities play a big part in that.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just about recommending things people already like, but anticipating what they might be interested in next.
Exactly. And that leads to another big benefit for businesses.
What's that?
Increased revenue.
Okay.
They can personalize what they offer, leading to more targeted ads and higher conversion rates.
So it's kind of like having a salesperson who knows exactly what each customer wants.
Yeah, it's a great analogy.
So happy users, thriving businesses, everybody wins.
It sounds like it, but I have to imagine that a system as complex as Monolith,
Yeah.
it must be a real challenge to implement.
Right. I mean, how do you even start?
Well, for one thing, you need that technical expertise to set it up and keep it running smoothly.
Right. So you need skilled engineers who know what they're doing.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so besides technical expertise, what other challenges should businesses consider?
Well, data privacy is a big one.
Right.
As we talked about, Monolith collects and analyzes a lot of user data. So businesses need to be upfront about how they're using that data.
Right. And transparent.
And transparent, yeah, and make sure they're following all the rules and regulations.
So it's this balancing act
It is.
between offering that personalization
Yeah,
and protecting people's privacy.
exactly. But if companies can get it right,
Yeah.
it seems like Monolith could be a real game changer.
It does for so many different industries.
Absolutely. And it's not just about improving existing businesses either.
Right.
It could also lead to entirely new applications that we haven't even thought of yet.
Like what kind of new applications are we talking about?
Well, imagine a healthcare app
Okay.
that suggests personalized treatments based on your medical history,
Oh.
or an educational platform that creates a custom learning plan
Huh.
just for you.
It's like having a virtual assistant for every part of your life.
Exactly.
It's pretty exciting to think about.
That is.
But with all this talk about what Monolith can do,
Yeah.
are there any limitations? Like, is there anything it can't do?
Well, like any system that learns from data,
Right.
Monolith is only as good as the data it's given. If the data is biased or incomplete,
Yeah.
the recommendations will reflect those flaws.
So it's not a magic solution.
Not at all.
You have to design it and use it carefully
Right.
to avoid creating or reinforcing any biases.
Exactly.
Okay. So what else? Are there any other limitations?
Another challenge is what's called the cold start problem.
Cold start problem. What's that?
It basically means that when a new user joins the platform
Okay.
or a new item is added, Monolith doesn't have much information to work with.
Oh, right, because it hasn't seen them before.
Exactly. It takes time for the system to learn enough
Yeah.
to make accurate recommendations.
So it's like trying to recommend a book to someone you just met.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
You need to get to know them first.
Exactly. But there are ways to address this.
Like what?
Well, for instance, the system can look at what similar users like, or recommend items that share features with things the new user has already interacted with.
So finding those clever ways to bridge the information gap.
Precisely.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the technical side of things,
We have.
but I'm curious about the human element. Like,
Yeah, too.
how do businesses actually work with Monolith?
Right.
Is there, like, a team of data scientists who are constantly tweaking the algorithms?
It's not really like that.
It's not.
No. While data scientists play a key role in developing the system,
Uh-huh.
Monolith is designed to be pretty self-sufficient.
Really?
Yeah, it learns and adapts on its own
Okay.
based on user interactions.
So it's like a self-driving car for recommendations.
That's a great way to think about it.
It knows what to do,
Uh,
how to do it
Yep.
without needing that constant human input.
Pretty much, yeah. Of course, there are engineers who monitor the system's performance
Right.
and make tweaks if needed.
Sure.
But the beauty of Monolith is that it frees up human resources
Yeah.
to focus on bigger picture things.
Like what kinds of things?
Analyzing user behavior, spotting trends, coming up with new strategies.
Okay, so it's like having a team of expert chefs
Yeah.
who also have a super smart kitchen
Uh-huh.
that can handle all those basic tasks.
Right.
So they can focus on creating amazing new dishes.
Exactly.
That's what makes Monolith so exciting.
It is.
It's not just about automating things, but about giving humans the tools to do more
Yeah.
and achieve even greater things.
Absolutely. It's a really powerful idea.
It is a powerful idea.
But as powerful as it is, we can't ignore the ethical questions it raises.
Right, and that's a perfect segue into what we're going to talk about next time.
Yeah.
We're going to dive into those thorny issues and explore the potential risks of systems that learn from us so closely.
It's a conversation we need to have.
It is, so stay tuned. Welcome back to the deep dive. We've been spending some time with Monolith, this incredible real-time recommendation system.
It's pretty amazing tech.
It is, and we've talked about how it works, its strengths, its limitations,
Right.
and we've even seen how companies like ByteDance are using it to power things like Byte Plus Recommend.
Yeah, it's a real game changer.
It is, but now it's time to kind of tackle this big question that's been looming over our entire conversation.
Yeah, I think it's time we address the elephant in the room.
Exactly, and that's the potential risks that come with a system this powerful.
Right, when a system is this good at learning from us.
Yeah. It makes you wonder, what are the unintended consequences?
Exactly. What are some of the things that we should be watching out for as this technology continues to develop?
Well, one concern is the possibility of the system reflecting existing biases.
Okay, so can you explain that a little bit more?
Sure, let's say the data that's used to train Monolith contains biases that are already present in society.
Right.
Well, the system could end up perpetuating those biases in its recommendations.
So instead of helping to address inequality, it could actually amplify it.
Exactly. It's a reminder that we need to be incredibly careful about the data we use to train these systems.
Yeah, so it's not just about the technology itself.
No.
It's about the data that feeds it.
It's about making sure the data is diverse and representative,
Right.
and that we're aware of the potential for bias to creep in.
Absolutely. Now, what about this idea of filter bubbles? I've heard that term used a lot when we talk about online algorithms.
Yeah, filter bubbles are definitely a concern with any personalized system. Okay, and how does that relate to Monolith specifically?
Well, as Monolith gets better at predicting what you like,
Uh-huh.
there's a risk that you'll only be exposed to information that confirms your existing beliefs.
So instead of expanding your horizons, you're kind of stuck in this echo chamber.
Exactly. And in a world that's already struggling with misinformation and polarization, that's a risk we need to take seriously.
Okay, so this is pretty heavy stuff.
It is.
So how do we navigate all of this? I mean,
Right.
is there a way to use these powerful systems for good
Yeah.
while also minimizing the potential harm?
That's the million-dollar question.
It
It's
is.
a huge challenge. And I think for starters,
Yeah.
everyone involved in developing and deploying these systems,
Mm-hmm.
they need to be aware of the ethical implications.
So data scientists, engineers, product managers, everyone.
Everyone needs to be thinking about fairness and transparency and accountability.
So it's about building ethics into the design process from the very beginning.
Exactly. And it's not just about technical solutions either.
Right.
We need to have these open discussions
Yeah.
and collaborations between people from different fields, technologists, ethicists, policymakers,
And even everyday users.
even everyday users. It's a reminder that technology is never neutral.
Right.
It's shaped by the people who create it and the way it's used.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we also need to empower users as well.
I hear.
Give them more transparency into how these systems actually work
Right.
and more control over their data and the recommendations they receive.
Yeah, moving away from that black box model
Exactly.
and giving people a real voice in how these algorithms impact their lives.
I think that's a great point to end on. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive. We've explored the incredible power of Monolith.
It really is quite a remarkable system.
It is, and its potential benefits, and of course, the ethical challenges that it poses.
Those are important to consider.
They are, and it's clear that these systems are going to play an increasingly important role in our lives.
No doubt about it.
And it's a reminder that knowledge is power, but wisdom lies in using that power responsibly.
Well said.
So the next time you see a recommendation pop up on your screen,
Mhm.
take a moment and think about the system behind it, the data that feeds it, and the impact it has on you and the world around you.
That's a great takeaway.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning. Until next time.